Today we are going to do an anime theory of course, Cowboy Bebop.
I was getting into the drums, god damn it.
Anyways, today's theory is going to be going for everyone in Cowboy Bebop is dead, and
or
they're
limbo.
they're dealing with everything that happened to them whenever they were alive.
Hi, I'm Playboy 041289, special guest star.
Metal Warrior.
And the Cracker.
Daniel Boonhagen.
The Cracker.
Crispy Leprechaun.
The Cracker. Saltine.
I'm not a saltine.
Oh, sorry, Ritz.
That's better.
Put some cheese on you.
Scarred for life.
But yeah, it's gonna be the whole entire thing of that everyone that's in Cowboy Bebop is actually dead.
Or
Start off,
they're in their own personal hell.
yeah, and we're gonna start off with Edward, the female hacker,
Shim.
or the fucking hermaphrodite.
Shim.
But
It's shorter than saying shemale.
oh well. But whenever it comes to the part where Ed goes and finds Spike and Jet, that's where we come to the conclusion that this kid has no parents and lives on Earth. But yet, then later on throughout the series, you find out that her dad, or its dad, or whatever,
Shim.
is still on Earth tracing meteors. And he doesn't even know if it's a boy or a girl.
Shim. Every time he says it's here or her, I'm going to say Shim when referring to Edward.
But Edward also shows the thing about where you're being left alone. It was
Shim.
in the orphanage with that sister that's taking care of all the other kids.
Who's also Shim.
The sister isn't a shim. She's a shim lover.
So she's furry?
Yes.
Okay. Now we got that out of the way discussed.
I need to kill myself. Give me one. No.
Why do you need to kill yourself? Oh, I'm sorry, my comedy is in grade
The
8.
show just went too far, goddammit! Too fucking far!
Get on yourself.
Trade me hats.
That is not a slap. Have you no power?
But anyways.
The hat's good, we're okay.
But anyways.
Now I need some fire.
That at the end of Edward's story, Edward gets left behind by its dad again and goes and tries to find him. But whenever it comes to the fact is that the shim is going to be by itself and it's going to be wandering the world just to try to find its parents.
Shim. I told you every time, goddammit.
And every time whenever she happens to get close, she loses that.
Shim. Shim.
And no matter what, it just still goes into the result of that she or it or whatever you want to call it is going to be by itself. And then the sad music playing whenever the Shin was leaving, and then the dog Ein follows, showing the only friend and companion to follow for this whole entire path is a dog. Note that also in a saying too that all dogs go to heaven is a more theory that no matter what, whatever it gives up, bye-bye, right up there, it's going to eventually find a way to get there. But that's just one part of the scenario of everyone being dead. The next one that's on our list would be Faye Valentine.
One of the hottest anime babes of all time.
Now, note that Faye is the woman that always gambles and does all this other stupid stuff and everything. And the show always revolves around people on drugs, organized crime, and cults. They're going against other cult leaders. They're going against people that are wanting to destroy a whole entire colony that's on one planet.
And shims.
Gross.
Just like on the very first episode where Spike is going after a guy that's doing red eye, which red eye slows down everything and he can see anything that happens.
I blame nuclear holocaust.
Do I hear a liquidized eye drop version of crack or meth? Possibly.
Yeah, it's called slow.
And then
There's
slow-mo.
a lot of crazy drug references in the show, and they all have some very, very,
We're just gonna put.
I guess you could say
that
some
there.
very outputting names
Yeah.
to description of the drugs. It's fucking insane.
Much like on Fallout, New Vegas,
Have
and
some
Fallout 3.
psycho. Just
Have
like,
some psycho.
just
Here,
like on
have
New
some
Vegas.
medics to numb your pain.
Oh, damn.
Take some buff out so that way you can endure all this crap. Steroids, morphine, heroin.
The ganja.
Smoke your cigarette, you bad person.
Mary Jane.
I am. But let's get back onto the topic about Faye.
The magic
That-
dragon.
Here's the thing that where
Cisco.
it comes down to that she is dead. Is that she runs into one of her old friends that is an old lady that's in a wheelchair that is shocked to see her, especially that she's still young after the incident of the ship blowing up. And somehow they say that she cryogenically was frozen, but they don't explain how. And they didn't show her very much of being in a cryogenic tube. Along with that,
Damn.
she's going through every type of thing of like the 7 deadly sins.
Which are.
Greed, because she wants money and she always gambles for it to try to get more money.
Lust because of the way she dresses.
Lust, and then she has too much pride
Hath too much pride.
and everything. She envies other people that have stuff that she doesn't have.
And she's a glutton.
She eats a lot. Gluttony.
Gluttony.
And she's always vengeful, but then there's times that
Wrath.
she's not.
What's the last one? I forget. There's
Sloth.
Sloth. Oh,
Sloth.
she is kind of lazy.
Yeah. She goes and just, at the time that she just sits there on the bebop and just does nothing. Unless it's a big amount of money, or if it's something that piques her interest, or something that involves someone from her past that she has a flashback magically happen.
So what drug is she taking to magically have flashbacks?
I don't know.
Space drugs.
But she goes back.
Does she know Tuxedo Mask?
You never know. But in the same sense is that she meets one of her old friends that is now a grandmother and everything, which kind of puts into speculation of how does this work. And yes, it may be sci-fi, but here's the thing though. If you are cryogenically frozen, there are certain side effects. Even if you survived, and even if we had more advanced technology like they had, there's still like stimulations of what could happen.
Your brain can die. And if your brain dies, your memories die. And
Or
if it reaches the part that controls your bodily functions,
You shit and piss yourself while you're in cryogenic frozen.
and die while being frozen alive. There's no such thing as being frozen for that long.
And shit.
unless you're Captain America.
Unless you're Captain America. Exactly.
But I don't think Faye Valentine had the super soldier serum. And I'm sure damn as hell know that she's not the fucking Incredible Hulk.
She has a super hot serum.
No, that's just lipo and breast implants.
Future.
I think they're natural.
Future.
Do we need to play the video of the game theorist Matt Pack about boobs?
No.
Actually, I forgot that episode. Go ahead. Give you a chance to look at boobs. Go for it.
But
Because
Faye,
men and women like boobs.
but Faye goes and finds out several things of her past. She finds out the doctor that ended up preventing her from dying,
Inseminating her.
and they sacrificed themselves without giving her any straight answer. And the guy that is like in a where she's like mixed either to kill him or to save him or just send him off with the bounty, which she goes for the bounty because she's greedy. She's a greedy fucking gold digging bitch.
I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with a broke. And I ain't saying she a gold digger, and she ain't messing with a broke. But I believe, go ahead, girl, go ahead, get down. I believe, go ahead, girl, go ahead, get down. It's hump day!
No! I've been raped on camera. This isn't right.
It didn't
It's
go in.
unjust. Watch.
It didn't go in yet. Daniel's here. He'll make sure it goes in if I try to leave.
Don't make me put the boobs on.
Please don't, because that's really disturbing.
I will grab my ninja sword.
Kinky. But anyways,
Before Kanye West showed up, what were we talking about?
God damn it.
how Faye is actually dead,
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And
and
how everyone from Cowboy Bebop is possibly dead and suffering in their own personal hell, but they're all sharing it together.
but yet Faye's is more of her trying to remember what happened and recall, and then when she finally realizes what happens, she's changed. Like from the very end of Cowboy Bebop, she even asked Spike, "Are you still going after her?" Because she's actually realized that there's nothing else to do but to accept what has happened. But Spike hasn't. But we're saving Spike for last.
Because he's awesome.
That and plus he's the main protagonist throughout the whole entire series. And
Because he's awesome.
And there's
We might
too
have
many
to-
of them.
We might have to divide this show into 2 parts.
maybe. But
Have you
Faye-
seen some of his Castlevania?
let's just say that Faye that she finally realizes what's happened to her and everything. Realizes that her friend has died. Or not died, but is an old lady. So technically she is actually visiting everyone through the astral plane, even though they can still feel and see her in another sense. That's another version of limbo. Between the world of the living and the dead and heaven and hell.
Whoa.
Excuse me.
So, and then whenever it comes down to the next person that we're going to talk about,
Shout out to the computer working this time around. Just saying.
yep.
Screw Xbox. That's a lie. I just bought a DS today. How you guys doing? I'm talking directly to the audience right now. How are y'all doing today? I mean, I think I had a pretty okay day. I mean, went to GameStop, was going to buy a new one, but decided to get it refurbished, you know, save some money. I didn't buy the game I wanted to get, which is Pokemon. Ladies Contain Your Orgasms. I'm going to be a Pokemon Master again after so long. But still, ended up getting Crackdown 2 for free. Not too bad of a day.
But now we're going to go...
No.
Now we're going to go
Check
to
it.
Jet. Jet used to be, before he became a bounty hunter,
He was a
used
cop.
to be a cop. And reason why he stopped being a cop is because of all the other dirty cops taking up all these bribes and everything else to prevent these criminals from being arrested. And they're getting more money.
So, when did the Cowboys Bebop switch to normal society? Everyday world now. I'm tired of being dirty. I'm tired of all these dirty cops. I'm gonna go be a bounty hunter.
Never know.
Does Beth show up with her huge tits?
Cool. Well,
But
I mean, they're bounty hunters, right? They're running a dog.
they have a dog, remember? Ein.
No, I want the dog. I want the big old be like, bruh, you're using too much drugs. We need to save you in the Lord's name. Bruh, you need to learn better. Then Leland comes in. Leland's retarded, isn't he? I'm pretty sure. You see all his tattoos? They don't mean anything. But still, bruh, you need to chill out on the drugs, man. You see what it's doing to your life and your family?
oh,
Bruh.
But
Waikiki. Mahalo, bitches.
But with Jet, though, he goes and says that he had a partner, and it even shows the episode with his partner, and goes around and where the story tells that he finds out that his partner is the one that betrayed him, and he didn't know that. And Spike, of course, gets shot in the arm and the leg and loses the arm and leg. But yet, here's the other thing, though. Jet already accepted what happened to him, but yet he did not want it to keep going on. That's why he went to the ship and went after that one guy that he went after. I don't remember his name, but who gives a shit? Does anybody remember anybody else's name but Vicious?
I think his name was Ted Vicious. He was a WWE wrestler, right? Yeah, something like that. Ted or Bill. You know, Bill and Ted. They were actually in Cowboy Bebop.
But whenever it comes to everything else,
So
Jet is always telling Spike, why are you still doing this? You need to calm down. Why are you still going after Julia and everything and blah 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 blah.
So I got one quick question. Jet joined the Teen Titans, right?
No.
But he's cyborg.
No.
Should be. Can you just imagine?
No,
that?
no.
Can you just imagine? Wait.
He's the Japanese version of Jax.
Here, no, Jax has two metal arms, but still.
Yeah,
you just imagine.
they
I
replaced
just
the
want
other
to say,
arm with the leg.
imagine if this was a scenario: Teen Titans, Beast Boy, they're all talking, and then Robin's like come in, and Jet just comes in.
But
You dumbass kids, you need to shut up and just go beat his ass. Don't need to worry about your personal problems.
But yet, also, here's another scenario.
Come jump my spaceship. We'll go in there in 2 seconds.
Here's another scenario, and we're going to jump onto another anime with this. Who else in another anime has one arm that's metal and one leg that's metal?
Full Metal Alchemist.
Brotherhood or the original?
Either one.
No, this involves both of them.
Dude,
But we're not going to use that theory until another time of what
Shites.
goes on with
And
the...
it'll be for something else, indeed.
Because everything else that we plan on doing with that one is a little bit more crazy, but yet also in the same sense is that Jet and also Edward from Full Metal Alchemist is missing one arm and one leg. So, what can you say? Well, let's just say this, that if you cross-reference it, it could be that Edward died at an older age where he lost all of his hair and he actually got taller. Shocking.
He didn't lose all his hair though. Jet still has that like that balding on top of this. Wait, am I right? Jet has like that line of hair around him that with the bald on top. I forget.
Okay. He has the side parts of his head.
Exactly.
Right here.
See, black hair. It's not him, unless he dyed it.
But yet, also note that whenever you go through a period of aging, your hair color changes.
Yeah, it doesn't change from blonde to black though.
You never know.
It changes to blonde to light blonde and lighter blonde. And
Edward has changed his hair before with alchemy just to disguise himself.
Okay, so if Jet is an alchemist, why the fuck doesn't he use it?
But see,
This is bullshit! I do not like this!
To keep his identity hidden.
But see, here's the other thing though.
Yeah, because he's going to remember him from 500
Think about
years
this.
ago.
Think about this though.
No.
Whenever they went and visited the gate and Edward sacrificed his own arm to bring back Al, think about this. What if he messed up on something else that he was trying to do, and he ended up sacrificing his whole entire body and soul, and right now what he's in, where the Cowboy Bebop universe is basically his afterlife.
So he becomes cyborg.
Pretty much.
Nice.
But why? Or Asian,
Guys,
or
we need to go stop Slade!
Well then.
I'll stop him with my alchemy. Edward! Oh, no.
And then there's the
I have
thing
to
that
save my brother. What brother? Oh, God.
he always goes in the fact of the matter is that he always goes and helps everybody else out. He tries to keep everyone else together. He feeds everyone. He finds jobs for everyone.
So he's like a mom.
Pretty much. Or,
No,
I guess a
it's
guide.
mom.
A guide, I guess.
So he's my spirit animal. Huh?
Cigarette.
Oh, why'd you just say cigarette?
Try not to say it out loud.
We are smokers!
Meh.
Puff puff past myself.
Meh.
Smoke screen. I'm a ninja. Except I didn't disappear. Forgot to do that last part of the magic trick.
Crap. Too fast. Something's in my way. Couldn't pull my ninja tricks. Give me one of those. I need a smoke screen. No.
But now we're going to the main man, because even though Jet may be the alternate version of Edward with no alchemy,
The main man, Big J. How you doing up there, man? We're coming to you.
but now let's go with Spike. Spike has been through all these other trials where he's even fought an actual cowboy that's riding a horse.
That wasn't no cowboy. That was a pretender.
Whatever,
Or he had an identity crisis.
he still fucking was making Spike mad. He kept on beating him up. Spike ended up going after that one guy from the very first episode that was doing the red eye and killed him. Well, technically the girl killed him and then killed herself. But
Yeah, it's kind of hard to land a plane if you're not in the pilot seat. Or spaceship.
But he always manages to get with the girls, which is another sign of a deadly sin.
He's a playboy.
Lust, pretty much.
He's a damn player.
And then
He's tuxedo mask.
Oh
and
God.
there's the things that he starts saying that he goes and tells Jet, you know, one of the 3 things I hate. What's that?
Babies,
Women,
taxes, and lawyers.
Nope. Women, kids, and animals. And he has all 3 of them in the whole entire ship. And then, along with the episode of him saving that one lobster in the refrigerator, greed and gluttony, where he tries to save everyone from that little blob that's ended up poisoning everyone. And sadly enough, only Edward is the one that can't get poisoned and was able to eat it. Suspicious, right there.
Very.
And then
Ship's got a shark stomach.
they have to. They have to take all that punishment.
Imagine that in your mind, Marco.
No.
Yes. It's slowly creeping in.
But
Are you ready to hump yet?
No! Oh, damn it!
but
So
Also-
sink in finally?
I will put the hump in hump day. Don't make me.
Finding some repressed memories?
No.
but
It's just hump day.
anyways,
Every
whenever
day's hump day when you want it to be.
whenever you look at Spike's past, he's with the he used to be in the Red Dragon Syndicate, a gigantic mafia, and he used to work side by side with his rival, the guy that wields the sword, the main antagonist, Vicious, and they broke up and they want to kill each other over a woman,
She made him an offer they couldn't refuse.
Julia.
She made him an offer they couldn't refuse.
And yet, throughout the series, Spike is always looking for Julia, trying to find her, and then he always ends up fighting Vicious. And several times, Vicious has fucked him up so badly that how the fuck can he survive? You've been stabbed, you've been slashed up, you've been shot up, you got thrown out the window, and you blew up, and Spike blew up Vicious. How does Vicious survive an explosion, a grenade in point blank range?
Because he's Sephiroth.
I guess. That or they're fucking dead already.
I'm gonna stick with my Sephiroth theory.
But then goes to several other points that Vicious is psychotic, yes, and Vicious is smart enough and is able to move quickly and get out of the way, but yet Vicious also got shot several times too whenever they were dueling. Dueling. But
Wait a second,
When-
they were dueling?
yes.
They summoned Exodia? She
Sure.
obliterates all.
Everything.
But then they don't just fight once, they fight 3 fucking times. And each time they go and fuck each other up, but yet there's no victor until the very last one. Either way, whenever they fought each other, they still not died, even though several of the parts where they've shot at and they stabbed at and cut at are vital body parts that could easily kill someone. There's no way that an average person could survive being stabbed through the chest without an EMP, like, sitting right there. So, basically, in the same sense, are the EMPs right there waiting at the church being like, yep, I have a suspicion that there might be a battle here, somebody might be thrown out that window of that church, so we're just going to stand right here and wait until that guy falls out of that window, and we're going to do immediate surgery right here on this spot just so we can fix him up, and then we're going to call his friends to pick him up. Yes, of course. And the same thing, like how he tries to train that one kid to do martial arts to protect himself, and he tells him, flow like water, is another reference from, like,
Bruce
Bruce
Lee.
Lee.
Oh, I remember watching that. So wait, Spike is Bruce Lee.
He is basically what it is what my theory is that Spike was one of the many students that passed away, or maybe the son of Bruce Lee.
He's the Crow?
Probably. But he's probably in the afterlife.
Because that's exactly what Bruce Lee kept talking about. Bruce Lee was that he isn't like anything else. He's like water. Water can...
He explains to everyone about martial arts that you have to be formless. You have to be like water. When water is pouring out, it has no form. But pour it into a cup, you become the cup. You put it in a pot,
it becomes
the pot. And all that.
He put it into an ocean, it becomes an ocean. If you put it into a bong, it gets you very high.
But
then it becomes bong water. I speak Japanese. I look Japanese now.
But every time that it comes down to it, even Faye even asked them, "You're still going after her?" And like I said, Faye goes and realizes that trying to make it seem like that they're still alive is pointless, and even Jet doesn't even want to talk to Spike because he's made up his mind of keep going after the same dumb bitch that's doing all this type of shit and sending them straight to hell.
But pussy is a powerful motivator.
Indeed.
But
so is humping. You ready yet?
No.
Okay.
No humping.
But then whenever it goes to
you're ruining my fun.
The final episode where Spike goes and
there's nothing fun about humping.
Yes, there is.
Another man, damn it.
You got a hole somewhere.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Anyways,
keep that hetero shit out of here.
Anyways, whenever Spike would...
I know black magic rituals, alright?
Does it sound relinquished?
Whenever Spike would be around Julia or find out the location of Julia, what always ended up happening to Spike? Bad luck. He ends up getting shot up. He ends up getting blown up, stabbed, slashed, and everything else. And when Julie finally dies and he gets into a rage fit because the only bitch that's willing to give out for him for free, without pain, is dead. Finally.
So he paid Faye? Probably a couple times. They don't really go straight to things.
But yet in the same scenario where Spike is actually dead, goes to how come he survived through everything else, including the mad what's that, like the mad hat guy, the fat jolly guy that can't be killed.
Oh.
How can he survive through being
penguin?
Pretty much. But with a force shield and able to shoot stuff out of his cane and laugh and everything, and he could not be killed, but he got killed by, of course, a gigantic robotic cat because he has...
Because he's scared of pussy.
Pretty much. But explain to me how Spike ends up surviving from him being shot up. Because yet again, you can say that Faye saved him and Faye took him back to the Bebop and everything. But yet, here's the thing, you have a certain amount of time, and if somebody has been shot up like that, they're in critical condition where you cannot pick them up. You have to put them on a stretcher and carry them. And you can go and say, well, Spike's a badass, he can take anything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much of a badass you are. You cannot be just, oh, you're shot and everything, you're in critical condition. Let me pick you up and take you to my ship and take you back to the Bebop. No.
It
doesn't work that way.
He's the Crow. And Julia is the Crow. The one that keeps him going, the one that keeps him alive. And
But
after the crow died, he got pissed off because his favorite bird got killed. And then he went on a psycho rampage.
And see, but in the crow though,
I could see that happening.
but it would defeat the purpose though, because whenever the crow would get killed, right, the person that is the crow would die, because anything that happens to the crow,
yeah,
the person dies.
He eventually dies though. I mean, you saw like how in the movie, like I'm talking about the movie here, like they get the crow, they start hurting it and all that. He was able to experience more pain. So somewhere along the line, Julia has been hurt to the point where he experienced pain and doesn't regen as fast, but he still regens to the point where he could continue living. And it's finally when he dies that he has his final chance to redeem himself for the sins he's committed as being a member of the gang, or the sins he's committed while doing parts of the gang or working with his partner Vicious.
And see, the only way that he can condone to those sins, though, is by one thing and one thing only, and that's to basically get rid of Vicious. And then we can go to Vicious, where he is working for the Red Dragon Syndicate, and then ends up betraying them and taking over their organization, where he becomes the main head, but in the end, he dies, too. Both Spike and Vicious die, but in the same sense.
Spoiler!
Yeah, spoiler alert for all those that haven't seen Cowboy Bebop.
And if you haven't seen Cowboy Bebop,
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Watch it.
What the?
It is a fucking awesome
What the
show.
fuck is wrong with you?
Even with the shims in it.
Including the one,
At least some of them get killed.
including the one that Faye met.
Totally shim.
Yep.
Might have
But-
been Catholic priests too.
But yet, also with that, it goes through political and everything throughout the whole entire show.
We're gonna watch this
I
clip.
blame radiation.
He's the Hulk.
And then there's Faye right there, moping that he's leaving.
Spike just being a maid.
Jet is just doing what he usually does. He doesn't really care that he's doing this. Faye is breaking down because Spike does not accept what is happening because they're all dead. Julia is no longer around. And Vicious prepares himself for the final fight.
How do you prepare yourself for a final fight if you wield a sword? Just go ahead and just pull it out and be like, I'm ready. I am Sephiroth. Come on, Cloud. Also, little known fact, this is also one of the most awesome endings to a show when it comes to fighting.
Kicks the grenade and blows everyone up. But yet, also in the scenario, we can also put in that...
Why'd you stop it? It was getting to the good part, god damn it!
Hang on. Because if you also notice,
Motherfucker, I need a
Spike
cigarette.
only uses guns, while Vicious only uses his blade.
Whoa.
What is that? Also another version of a history throughout actual world events.
Oh, the samurai versus,
The Western people that are coming over to the East to try and take over for a trade. Because the trading system failed and they wanted some of the stuff that the Chinese or the Japanese wanted. So they go over and they actually try to attack to try and get what they want.
So, you're saying,
That-
as two Mexicans here, the white man tried to trade from people instead of take over their land. I'm part Cherokee Indian, I can get away with this.
Well said.
So instead of offering a helping hand first,
Go natives. I mean, yeah.
yeah. So instead of offering a helping hand to the Indians first, oh wait, you did. You then brought your guns and weapons and destroyed us.
Well, the other problem is that
You damn German.
they also gave you blankets that had diseases on it.
Exactly. You're crazy, white people.
But yet those were the
Can I get a
British people.
hallelujah, my
But yet,
friend?
but yet those were British, Irish, and also Italian people.
German's in there somewhere.
Oh, damn.
Never know. But in the same sense, it was mainly
Don't trust the white man.
it was mainly the British that tried to go after Japan, and several of the feudal lords, and some of them were samurai warriors. Vast majority of them did not want to
it doesn't matter how good a warrior you are if you get shot at by bullets.
Well, yet, have you ever watched The Last Samurai?
That...
A Western man is being trained in the way of being a samurai and shows how worthy a samurai still can be compared to Western wear of just using firearms.
Okay, I want to see that samurai take on a Jedi.
You never know if a samurai got training from a Jedi. Think about it. Think about it.
It's the end of the world.
Or a ninja taking Jedi.
Whoa.
So the ninja's the dark side?
No, just think about this. Think about a ninja that's able to use the Force.
Hey, puppy.
That's even worse than a regular ninja. But let's go through this. He goes into the escalator and uses it for protection. Sticks a little block of C4 on the escalator. Shoots more people. Pulls the trigger and detonates the C4 on the escalator. Kills everyone else and keeps climbing up to the top to try to go after Vicious, which is the new Syndicate boss. So, throws a grenade out the elevator and blows up more people. He's trying to take out everything else. He's trying to find his own way of redemption throughout all the sins he's done. Finds Shin, which is one of his only companions, and ends up helping him get to Vicious because Vicious betrayed Shin. Still more explosions, still more shooting. One of Spike's only friends that was still in the Red Dragon Syndicate dies.
本当はあなたに戻ってほしかった。
Tells him to kill him. And Spike being only one-handed because his arm is shot up. Runs into the main room. Giant explosion magically happens on the rooftop where no one is scarred anymore. Like they don't have any more scars or damages. And yet the roof is gone.
That's terrible.
Yeah. He's bleeding because he's been shot up and he's just going up the whole entire fucking building. Disappears. Throwing knife, stabs him. Keeps shooting and misses. Uses the gun to block. The sword. Shot to the cheek. Slash to the leg. And they both switch off to weapons and they both have each other's weapons. Spike has the sword, Vicious has the gun.
And that is when Vicious tells him that Julia is dead.
We all got to fight.
And then they slide and show his weapons off and Spike shoots him and Vicious slashes him. Vicious dies first because it was a shot to the chest, into the heart. So Vicious finally dies at the end. But yet, the slash to where Spike got was in the gut. And he still remembers Julia to the end.
And he tells her it's just a bad dream. It's just a nightmare.
Which is another sign of them actually being dead. It's a horrible nightmare that they have to live through. So he's went through everything that he hates, and all the trouble that he's went through throughout his life is now conquered. And at the end, points his finger and says bang to the rest of the gang and dies right there on the staircase. showing that he's finally accepted his fate and chose to move on.
Still a badass fight scene.
Still,
Who gave it a dislike? The person that gave this video a dislike, you're a fucking douchebag.
Fags.
but
Or a furry. Or
but
shit.
in the same thing though, goes through that. There's more reasons why
Oh damn.
that Cowboy Bebop is actually not a sci-fi futuristic real life experience of an anime show of bounty hunters. It is actually the moral compass of the afterlife, where people have to find their own way of redemption of their own past and history and what all they've done, all the sins that they have done and everything else.
Yo.
And yet, again, do not hate us for what we said and everything about Cowboy Bebop. The show's awesome.
Or the white man.
And the natives rule.
Mexicans for life?
Whoa, yeah. Right, wait, whoa.
Well, you're
Whoa.
part Indian, right? How?
I have Apache blood.
I have Cherokee blood. What blood do you have, German?
And maybe some Cherokee. Apache and something else. Can't remember.
So just German? Having more hateful crimes than you?
Is that for putting the T-virus in you?
Whoa.
Oh.
Well then.
Is that like the D virus? Or?
But either way, all the characters are living in their own hell. But
And they're trying to find a way to get
To
to
escape.
redemption.
to make it better, but in the end they can't. And everyone else has accepted that. But Spike is the one who couldn't accept that reality. So
Until
that's
the
why
very end.
that's why he kept on going.
Further down to the pits of hell.
And yeah.
Like a true samurai warrior.
In other words, yeah.
The stubborn white man with the western wear going against the Japanese guy killing the last Japanese warlord.
Yeah, white man.
Either way though, it's just a theory. An
A
anime
game theory.
Whoa, god damn it! Anime theory, son of fuck!
But thanks for watching.